Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to episode 32 of the Choking Hazard podcast. I've choked the start of this twice now actually. I also messed up the transition to the start screen, as well as messing up the intro. But we're finally good to go. I had the wrong overlay totally. But those who are listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or watching it on YouTube are never going to know that happened, so I shouldn't have even mentioned it. But sounds are off. I actually did get that. Nos, Sugar-Free Nos, one of my co-hosts over there. RDT, down below, my other co-host.
Yo.
And our guest tonight is someone who you probably all know around the GTA circles. Maybe you follow him on Twitter. It is Yan2295. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to the
What's
show.
up, Yan?
Thank you for all the information over the years.
No problem.
So, for those who don't know, Yan is how would you describe yourself? I guess.
That's kind of a hard question because I really don't like the word leaker. So I
No,
don't
we're
know,
already
maybe-
on an interesting topic. This sounds interesting.
So would you
So
a GTA Online personality maybe?
Well, the best I found, I think, is like I put in my Twitter profile. It's just like Rockstar Games Insider. I guess it sounds good, but I don't really like it at the same time.
Okay. So you want to distance yourself from the leaker, stereotype, I guess.
Yeah, and it sounds a bit like bragging at the same time. So
Okay.
More of an
yeah, I see.
investigator. Like you investigate what's going on.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
He's
maybe.
a mysterious figure, hence why we
know.
don't have his face. We have his his avatar, and also
Surprised he didn't.
we should just make a note for before we actually get going
yeah.
that Yan may have to be called away at any moment during this podcast. So hopefully we get the full time with him, but at any moment he has a mysterious job where no one knows, and he's obviously some sort of secret agent. And he might get a call and he has to leave and go do some secret agent stuff. So just be aware in case he leaves at some point. So the first thing that I had down to talk to you about is your history with sort of GTA and Rockstar games in general. Did how long have you been playing their games? What got you into playing GTA? All that kind of stuff. Where did it come from?
Well, it started, I think I was like 10 years old or something. Yeah, I was 10 years old. And it was with the GTA San Andreas. It was basically my best friend told me about that cool new game that you can basically do anything in it. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna try that. And I had a PS2 back then, yeah. So I got the game. Of course, my parents got the game for me. And I played it, and for the next, I think, 4 to 5 years, I just played the game so much. I loved it. And after that, when GTA 4 came out, I got the PS3 for that, got the game, and again, it was the same thing, just loved the game so much. And I started being a bit more active in the Twitter community. Back then, it was not as big as today. And yeah, pretty much that. Got really started to love Rockstar. There are other games too, especially Red Dead Redemption. And yeah.
You got that's a common theme here, especially with Nos. Big
Yes. Red Dead Redemption's excellent.
It seems
Yeah.
like a lot of people started their GTA lives with San Andreas. I mean, for me it was GTA 3, but what about you two? Was it San Andreas?
Mine was
for you
Vice
two?
City. I think we
Vice
discussed.
City.
Didn't we discuss this?
I feel like we did, but I can't remember what happened
It
yesterday,
was
so I'm not
forever
going to
ago.
remember that.
But yeah, I think I played Vice City first, but I didn't play Vice City much, and then I played San Andreas a lot, kind of like Ian did. So
GTA 3 for me.
yeah, and then I went
Yes.
back to GTA 3.
Oh, gee. So what about when it came to GTA 5 and GTA Online? So did you start small with that, or are you already in that whole Rockstar Twitter ecosystem before?
I was already in it, and I was so hyped for GTA 5. And honestly, the the whole few years, I guess we could say, that we waited for the game. It was just so fun. I mean, at the time, you just wanted the game, but now that I look back at it, it was so much fun just getting a few screenshots here and there and the trailers and just speculating. And it was a lot of fun.
Enjoying that hype.
Yeah, pretty much. And then when the game came out, well, it was amazing. But I guess in a way, I kind of prefer the time period where we were waiting for the game than the game itself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the possibilities.
The game is always better in your head than it is, even if it's the best game of all time. You know, it's still better, you know, in your head.
Pretty much.
True. Yeah, I mean, it's not really that much fun to ride a horse across the entirety of Red Dead Redemption to like do one mission. That, you know, there are parts of a game that get
use
a
a campfire,
tedious.
you noob. What are you doing?
That get tedious. Don't spoil it for Bruffy. He's never played it. He doesn't even know what a campfire is. All right,
Yeah,
he's never seen one in his whole
I'm
life.
lost train. Before
yeah,
Red Dead
there's, like,
Redemption 2, I'll play Red Dead Redemption.
And I will be there.
So when did you kind of start? I know that you don't like the word describing yourself as a leaker, but I guess the best way to describe some of your tweets are leaks. So I hope you don't mind me saying that. But like, when did you start leaking information or finding out information and, you know, passing it on? I feel like.
Well, it's a bit weird the way it started. Like, I did not get up in the morning and said, okay, today I'm becoming a leaker. That's not how it works. So it started with the Ice update. I just randomly, I was in a small group with a few people, and I have no idea how, but these people got the files for the update, like, what was it, 2 days already, I believe? And they were sharing screenshots of it and stuff, and they did not want to like go on forums or something to post it, so I did. But back then, no one knew me. But
what update was that? Did you say?
The Ice update.
Ice.
Yeah.
Heists.
Oh, heists. Heists.
Do you not speak English?
No, clearly I can't. I speak Northeast English. That's what it is. It's totally different. So right, heist. Okay. All right. So that's where it starts.
The Ice update. What?
I'm sorry. I wanted to clarify. There might be other
Come
people.
on, man.
Jesus. And now I want an ice update. I want snow and you know, ice vehicles.
We need to be able to buy the
lakes.
Frigid, the Frigid refrigerator company.
Run that as a business.
Yeah.
Okay, so heists came. You were with a group of people. They happened to get their hands on the files, and they didn't want to leak it, but you decided you would.
Yeah, pretty much. And I didn't think people would notice it that much. Back then, I had like, I don't know, 600 followers, I believe. And just people picked on it, and YouTubers back then started making videos, and I gained just so many followers for that. And I guess it pretty much started my interest of getting files and looking at stuff in it to find upcoming content, basically.
Did it the sort of knowing the information before it was shared pique your interest, or was it the ability to share it with many people on a platform like Twitter pique your interest to go and do it more?
It's a bit of both, because sure, it's fun to know in advance, but it's not as fun if you don't share the info. And just sharing it and basically makes up for Rockstar poor communication, I guess. And it's always fun to post something and you see the community getting hyped about it, and I don't know, it's great.
Did you have a lot of like backlash in the early days, or not necessarily backlash, but people not necessarily believing what you were saying? Because I mean, from my experience, I had that a lot when I first started testing cars. Those initial videos got more hate then than what they do now, because people this was a totally new thing, and people didn't believe what I was putting out there because they kind of didn't understand it for a large portion. But did you get that when you started, you know, posting these things about heists? Did you get people not believing it?
Not really, because it was all stuff coming from files. So I had proof of what I was saying. I had a bunch of screenshots and in-game footage. So it could not be fake, basically.
Okay.
And it came a bit later, because for the first few months, I guess, of that year, the few things I leaked was all from files. But later, I got like a source, I guess we could say, like I do now. That's not anything from files. It's just word of mouth, I guess. So just I get told something and then I tweet it. So then it happens that people don't believe me because I don't have proof, I don't have screenshots, I don't have anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess you've built up kind of a level of trust at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You've predicted so many things that have been correct that people kind of now, when you post something, people believe what you post.
Today, yeah, it's fine because I've been posting things like that for like, 3 years, I think. So, of course, I got a reputation, but there are still people out there who never heard of me, and when I post something, they're going to be like, no, that's fake, you don't have a proof, and I can understand that too.
Yeah, you always get that. People new to what you are, they don't know all the history of you getting things correct. But I guess you also have to have sort of a barrier of what you will post, right? Like, it's not, you're not going to just shove up everything in case something might be wrong or people will get the wrong side of it or something. Do you just literally leak every kind of information that you get, or do you keep some stuff back?
No, I keep quite a lot back, and there's stuff that I really don't like leaking, I guess, especially dates, because Rockstar love changing release dates.
Yeah,
so you post a date and then it changes, and people say, okay, so that was fake, but no, it was not. But people don't really understand that, and I don't know. I guess I can understand why sometimes they don't believe everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, are there things that you know about the upcoming update that you haven't, said out publicly yet? You don't have to say them. Just I'm curious if you know things.
No, I think I pretty much I said everything I knew, I think, about this one, and I don't really know much about it. So
okay. So how
do you think that, like, putting out this information that's found, because I don't know much about data mining, I guess that's what you would call it, I don't know, just searching the files, it's probably not data mining at all, but looking into the files, I know that they have to put kind of what's going to be in the next update so that they're ready to implement the next update. Do you think that them having to do that and you guys finding that kind of ruins the surprise, or do people enjoy knowing what's going to happen?
Well, first of all, I don't really do file stuff since 2 years at least. I used to do that, and you don't get much from just the files. I mean, Rockstar are being super careful with that now. You see Fun on Twitter who does find stuff in the files, but it's a lot of work. But for the other part of your question, basically, if it ruins the fun, I guess we could say, in a way, maybe. But at the same time, it always gets people hyped. So it's kind of good and maybe a bit of bad at the same time. It depends. Some people enjoy leaks, some other don't. So
yeah, I guess it really is a matter of opinion. Yeah, I just feel like I guess it's nice to know what's coming, and in a way, you are doing the job of the person that's announcing it. Like when I think of events like E3. The biggest crowd reactions are things that they're not expecting, and then they just come up, or it was rumored, and then it happens, and everyone goes, "That's crazy! Sea of Thieves had a 28-hour trailer. This is amazing!"
Oh my goodness! Death Stranding makes no sense.
While you're talking about E3, I don't know if you guys keep an eye on my tweets or not, but there was that leak about Just Cause 4, right, with the Walmart leak. And I confirmed that, okay, Just Cause 4 is legit because I knew about it. But like after it was announced at E3, I had some people from Square Enix that were talking to me, and they were like, "Yeah, we did not really like that you confirmed that leak." I mean,
Wow.
I thought Walmart leaked it, right? So it's not really my fault. But they were like, "You have a big following, so if you confirm something, people believe you." So,
But they
man.
can't. That's not on you to be looking out for them, really.
yeah,
Like,
basically.
Yeah.
I can't. It's quite surprising that they would actually contact you and say,
Hey, we don't really approve. Could you
Yeah.
not do that again?
no,
Well, you make-
that's not my fault.
The
You
people
ever
at
worry
Square
that the men in black are going to knock on your door and just wipe your memory?
Well,
Like,
that's what happened to a lot of people that were doing the multiplayer stuff. So I wouldn't
Ooh.
put it past them.
But just for the story, the people at Square Enix were super nice, and we are fine now. So
Okay, well that's good. I mean, that's I suppose they want to keep you on side. Well, you never know what you might
Square
find
Enix
out next.
Seems like a pretty good, you know, like they're not complete scumbags over
they're
there.
not EA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Since you mentioned that you've been contacted by Square Enix, have you ever been contacted by Rockstar about your leaks?
nope, never.
Never. Wow.
Nope. And
I find that surprising.
Yeah, and I always made it clear to Rockstar, maybe like in DMs or emails, or I told them quite a few times, if you guys don't like my leaks, just tell me. Send me an email, tell me, okay, we don't like this, can you stop? And honestly, I will stop. And I always told them, as long as you don't say anything about my leaks, I'm just going to assume that you're fine with them, so I'm going to keep doing it. And they never said anything, so...
Wow. Okay, because that was going to be sort of like my follow-up question. Like, do you think that you sort of actually help them from a hype building marketing perspective? And it sounds like, if you've reached out to them like that and said, if you don't like my leaks, I won't do it. Just contact me, and they've stayed quiet on that. It feels like they're thinking, okay, well, it in the end it helps us.
Like, I know some people at Rockstar who don't like me. I know some who do like me. But does Rockstar as a company, like, are they okay with the leaks? I have no idea. Like, some people are okay with them, some are not. But it's up to the upper management, I guess. And I don't know about them. But yeah, since they never said anything, I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. See, I'm surprised. I was kind of expecting you to just say, yeah, they contacted me, but I just do it anyway. Or I was at least expecting them to have said something, even if they said, okay, we're all right with it, but just don't do anything huge, or if there's something huge, contact us first or something. I was expecting them to at least have said something to you in the past, considering you are such a influential part of the GTA community. I'm surprised that they've said absolutely nothing, but maybe they just want to be hands off with all that kind of stuff and let it happen. Or maybe as put in the chat, maybe your source is actually Rockstar themselves and they're feeding you the information.
Whoa!
Oh
man,
they're just using us all as puppets.
They're putting chemicals in the content update.
And then as soon as they don't like what you do, they ban you.
Oh man!
So, how
putting chemicals in the files.
Speaking of that, like how do you get your information? Obviously, not specifics, but in general terms.
Well, it's just knowing the right people, I guess.
Okay.
And in my mind, you'll always just the janitor at Rockstar, and he just kind of walks by the computers as he's sweeping the floor. And he's like,
Yeah,
that looks like a Cheetah Classic. I'm gonna tell Yan about that. and then you get the call. That's in my head. That's what's happening.
But the way it started is what's interesting. So, in the first year, I guess, that I got a bit known back then, the thing I was leaking was all coming from the files. But then it was like in November, I believe, some guy on Twitter that I already knew but not much just sent me a DM and is like, hey, I have information about the next update. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. And he tells me like so many details. I don't remember what update that was, but it was a big one in December. So he gives me so many details about it, and okay, we'll just wait and see. I didn't talk about that. I didn't at all. So later, when the update came out, everything he told me was all spot on. So I was like, okay, he knew about the update. It's possible. But the same thing happened for like the 2 or 3 next updates. He was just telling me what's in it and when it's coming, and he was right. So then I figured, okay, so this guy is legit. And since then, well, it's the same thing. He tells me what he knows, and sometimes there's stuff I post, some I don't post, and we just go from there. And maybe sometimes I have more than one person. It's always nice to confirm the informations, and that's pretty much that.
So you got the janitor and the electrical guy.
Yeah. See,
did you see that on? Did you see it on Hauser's monitor too? Oh yeah, I saw it. I walked. I saw it. Bahama Mama's right there, just on his screen. I think it was his wall. It might have been his wallpaper. I'm not sure. But nightclubs coming out.
So you get sort of different levels of information, at each time. It's not always a full account of everything that's going to come. Sometimes it's little bits of information. Sometimes it's more. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. And honestly, sometimes it also depends on the questions I might ask that person. And since maybe like a year, I'm not really hyped for GT Online, so maybe I ask a bit less questions, so I probably get less info because of that.
Yeah. So this is really interesting that he contacted you. And is it the same guy? Obviously, you said you have an extra, multiple sources kind of thing, but is it the same person who originally contacted you, who you're still speaking to now?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same guy, and since then we got pretty close. I guess we can say we're friends now, and we're a really nice guy.
But would he be in trouble? I'm guessing he would be in serious problems at Rockstar if it was ever found out who he was.
Funnily enough, no, he will not be. But I can't tell you why.
Oh, really? Okay. So you can tell us that he wouldn't be in trouble, but you can't tell us why he wouldn't be in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That's
because
this is mysterious.
He's the owner. It's Dan Hauser.
He's talking to Dan Hauser.
It's the marketing team themselves.
Yo.
They're
company lawyers at that.
They don't spend the money on the marketing. They just put out a few feelers first, put some of the press out, and just give some ideas, and then it builds up the hype, and then everyone's waiting for the big reveal.
Man.
That everyone thinks they're getting their upper hand on Rockstar. Well, we all know what's coming anyway, but Rockstar just puppets on a string all the time. You never know. Stealth marketing. I'm thinking that now. Genuinely.
I mean, for all our viewers know, we could be Rockstar puppets.
That's it.
I don't even know. Am I a Rockstar puppet? Who knows? This is crazy.
Nobody knows.
I'm getting
Illuminati stuff.
When
I got banned, was that just a ruse? Was that just no? That wasn't a ruse. That was just.
It was hype. Yeah, that was hype.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's really interesting. That's yeah.
Keep pulling the sweater.
When so your other sources, were they sort of in the same way? Did they contact you first in the same sort of way as what the first time?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Just sometimes they get something and they're gonna be like, okay, so I know about this, and we just talk about it. And usually these people, they also like just being able to discuss it with someone else. Like, it's just fun to discuss it, and then they're like, yeah, sure, you can share it if you want. So.
Yeah, I guess. See, I'm curious as to where they are in the whole Rockstar ecosystem. That if they're developers, maybe they enjoy talking about it outside of that development space to people who are actually playing the game and using the game. If it is the more community-oriented types, maybe they're thinking about how that will affect the marketing of what they're doing. It's really interesting to think. It's mysterious who these people are. And as we've discussed already, you're a very mysterious person, and this podcast hasn't shed any more light on this. This is now what'll happen is you'll get a call to go away and do some secret agent stuff, and we'll not get any more answers, and we'll just be left like mind blown.
Yeah, but I try to keep it that way too. And honestly, I know Rockstar really keep an eye on me, and I will not be surprised if someone from Rockstar will be watching the podcast right now or later. So,
well, we actually have heard that that's happened before, right?
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
Yeah, sometimes. I seriously doubt they watch every one of my videos and every single minute of these podcasts.
They've got a specific person hired for that, actually, to just sit and watch your content specifically.
Okay, well, when is poll removal coming? Eh? Come on. Lamppost removal. Jesus, Rockstar. There you go.
I have a question. Does this chain of information, can this work in reverse? Can you send a message, like let's say we've got a really strongly worded message to the modeler of the Jester Classic. Could we send a message to that man and tell him how disappointed we are in that man specifically?
I don't think they will see that as a priority, so they will probably not really care, honestly.
Yeah. They probably hear
also,
it. Also,
speaking of the Jester Classic, where is it? It's hiding. It's so ugly. It's hiding in shame.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
They just put rear lights on backwards. Mirror things that shouldn't be mirrored.
Damn, Nas.
It's a
You're gonna get the Man in Black at your trailer.
Yeah, take two knocking on my door.
It is interesting about the Jester Classic because originally it was obviously meant to come with the other Spot Classics, and then we kind of had that sort of information that the next DLC got delayed. So my assumption was that, okay, well, the reason that they haven't released the Jester Classic is because they're just stretching it out a little bit longer, the drip feeding, just to make, have something to keep going before the next DLC. But then there's so many people who have jumped on the fact that the Jester Classic is pretty badly, modeled, and are thinking that they're not releasing it because they're going to fix it in the next update. And, I am 99.9% sure that is not going to happen. But there is still that little point in me that thinks, it's been quite a while. It's gone actually. We had sort of 2 weeks in between, 2 weeks of no cars in between each of the car releases. Now it's been 3 weeks. But I still think it's just because they're stretching out the drip feeding for the new DLC. But it's so difficult to try and understand the way that they go.
What do you know about the Jester Classic, Yan? We need to know everything. Tell us everything about this specific car.
Dates.
I'm sorry, but I know nothing about it.
No.
Damn.
I was expecting a date. I wanted dates and what was going to be fixed about it, and they're going to make a Benny's modification and mod kits.
Honestly, Brophy would probably want the lap time too, just so he doesn't have to put the work in.
Well, I already have its top speed, to be fair.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I also get inside early information and don't release it straight away. See, I'm mysterious. I can be mysterious too.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
Because you just let everyone know that you know what the top speed of the car is.
You just cheat on PC.
That's true. No, I didn't. I actually tested it on PS4 when they released them early. I tested Raymond's Jester Classic. I didn't do it for lap time just because I can't really ever do it properly when somebody else is in the session and stuff. I want to do it myself. But I did it for the top speed, so I know it's top speed already. It's all right.
Nothing about that car is all right.
No, it's true. Have you ever thought about expanding your operation, Yan, from Twitter, say onto YouTube?
Well, I did think about it, but not very much because I don't have time for this. That's the main thing. If I could just have time for this and maybe grow enough to, well, maybe it's a bit of a stupid thing to say, but just be big enough to just live from this, maybe doing other stuff at the same time, obviously, that would be awesome. But as of right now, no, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, okay. You have your mysterious secret agent stuff to do, obviously.
Yeah. It's hard to make YouTube videos when you're interrogating world leaders.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Speaking of just before we move on from the Jester Classic, and have you heard anything from your guy about the whole the way that these cars have been programmed with the new handling flags? Is it a thing that they're actually discussing and talking about, or have you not heard anything about it? Because these new cars
no,
are significantly different.
Oh, I have no idea.
No. Okay. I still think they're not going to change anything about them, but we'll see. We'll see. So what are your thoughts on other YouTubers taking your information? Now, speaking of YouTube, you don't have time to. You don't have time to, make a YouTube channel yourself and potentially get to a point where you can grow to live off it. But other YouTubers are making their money from your information. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I guess some are doing it, or sorry, some are doing it all right, but some are just, I don't know, not going to name anyone, but there's a way to do that properly.
We wouldn't want to boss anyone around. So,
But in the end, whatever I post on Twitter or the forums, it's all public information, so they can do whatever they want with it. And at the same time, sure, I don't make money from anything I do, but the videos those people make, it helps getting me followers, and sure, I'm not doing it for the followers, but I guess it's kind of the small reward I can get, yes, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So you're not... Yeah, I guess when you're not necessarily making money off of it yourself, it's less of an issue that somebody else may be including it in something that they're making money. If you were monetizing, say, the tweets that you put out, and they were actively taking away some impressions that you could get on those tweets, then maybe it would be more of an issue.
Yeah, exactly. So the way it is right now, they can make as many videos as they want. I'm not losing anything, so I don't care that much about it. Okay.
Right, well, new series on the channel, Leaks, brought to you by Yan. So what about outside of GTA? Any other games that you're playing?
Yeah, pretty much a big fan of open world games. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5.
I have too.
Right now I can't play it because for some reason I have an issue with it. It won't launch, but...
Isn't that just modern gaming, though?
You play...
Yeah.
Or are you playing it
what
on PS4?
What are you playing on? What's your allegiance?
I'm on PC.
Of course
Damn
you
it.
Damn it. I wonder if we're ever going to get a guest that will be on Xbox One.
The closest we've gotten is GTA Man, and he just plays it when he has to.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's only 3 people on Xbox One at the moment, and 2 of them are in this podcast, so...
But yeah, I play a bit of everything, I guess. It can be shooters, can be racing games, can be open worlds. Whatever seems cool, I'm gonna buy it and play it. And, yeah.
Okay, cool. What about outside of everything? Outside of the internet? Not just
well,
gaming.
I have my super secret job that I spent a lot of time on.
Of course.
But other than that, cars, I guess, are a big interest. I like to, travel. It's not really traveling because I don't go very far, but just small road trips, I guess.
What kind of car are you driving on these small road trips?
God.
I have a nice Dodge Charger.
Yes! 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 Fantastic.
I was expecting him to say, like, Aston Martin DB5 or something like that.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I was hoping he was going to say a $5,000 1997 Bus.
People are not even in on that
With
joke.
175,000 miles on it.
Oh my god. Seriously, anyone who I mean, none of you are going to understand what that was all about, but keep your eye on Bruffy's random bits for the pre-show to this show. It's special. It's something special. It really is. Oh, well, I prefer Jan's ride, to be honest. And so you're do you mind saying where you're based? Where are you from? With that accent of yours.
Well, I'm from the province of Quebec in Canada, so yes, my first language is French.
And how is Canada? You know, is it? Are you happy to be sort of north of the big land down under that no one wants to be right now?
Yeah, I am. Just the winter that I hate because it's cold and snowy and shit, but that's great.
Okay. All right. So we've got our next segment is going to be gaming news. We've got quite a bit of gaming news to go through, but before we do that,
yeah, I had more questions.
Oh, go on then.
I also have more questions.
Sorry.
I mean, you've been taking up a lot of time, bruv.
All right, sorry.
Hey, just
saying.
stop
What
talking.
can I say?
Jesus.
I don't know. God damn, it's like it's his channel or something. I hate this guy. You're obviously a video gamer. We've been discussing this for a while. Do you think? I don't know if Bruffy's even answered this, but do you think in like future games like GTA 6, whenever that comes out, you'll be continuing to do this, like releasing information before it comes out?
Well, I have no idea. It really depends on the people that give me those stuff. But I mean, if I can, and as long as I enjoy doing it, yeah, sure, I'm gonna do it.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, but like for right now with GTA Online, I'm kind of bored of GTA Online.
Yeah, let's let's complain about GTA Online. What is your true opinion of GTA Online? That was my question. We need to go back to our roots of complaining. So
well, I've been playing since day one, so that's quite a few years. I guess it's normal that I got a bit tired of it, but at the same time, the last updates, it's like, what's that? Like, no, that's not GTA. I don't know. Some people will disagree. I know that, but
what you mean jumps and loops and rings of fire? That isn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not fun, but it's not what GTA is. So
you're saying rocket-powered cars and big tanks and all this kind of stuff is not GTA? What?
Yeah, well, in a way, some people will say, look, we had tanks in GTA San Andreas and in Vice City, and yeah, sure, we did, but the game was not all about it.
Yeah. Too militarized, maybe.
The way it turned, I guess the target audience changed too, so maybe it's a bit of a younger audience they're going for. Maybe those people are those who enjoy the flying cars and flying bikes, and I mean, whatever makes them sell short cards, I guess, because it's money. So
yes, we're getting back to our roots.
Feels good.
It's all
preach, brother, preach.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Man. Can I get an amen?
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Yeah, I just don't. I know we've gone over this a million times, but I don't know why they went for the Saints Row route, like with GTA Online. You know, they made everything cartoony.
Yeah, but it makes them money, so.
I guess, but Saints Row died, and GTA is thriving. Like you would think that they would try to steer clear of anything that's their competitors are doing.
Yeah, but Rockstar sees what makes people buy shark cards, so of course they're going to do more of that, whatever it is. So
flashy.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Same as everything.
And do you think they should keep updating GTA Online, or are you like, listen, guys, you made a king's ransom here? Why you made $700 trillion? Like, what are you doing?
Well, for the sake of the game, maybe they should stop. But for the sake of their pockets, no, it's making money, so just go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say that they should keep updating. Just because they have done nothing but ridiculousness for the past 2 years doesn't mean that the nightclub DLC couldn't be something grounded in, somewhat reality, and be fun. So, I mean, I'm not going to say, well, I'll give them a chance. What's the worst that happens? I get on and it's very boring and then I don't play it ever again. So yeah, sure, keep chucking updates at it. It's
but
not like anything bad will happen.
It makes me think of I think it was GTA Man who made a video about that, and I thought it was a
Men. Is it plural, not man? His name is not GTA Man. I'm glad that I'm here to defend him and help him.
But anybody really care?
His point was that if they add just so much content to GTA Online, how are they going to make GTA 6 bigger and better? I think
that's what I've been saying for a while. Like, how are they going to top this?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I guess maybe they should stop before they completely run out of ideas.
Well, hopefully these are throwaway ideas, and these weren't going to be like the central concept of GTA 6.
Well, I think the way that the business seems to work is that, or at least the gaming industry, nobody's thinking of the future in 5 years. They're just thinking of how to make as much money as possible right now. So they're doing the things that make them as much money right now, and then whatever happens in the future, they'll try and figure it out then. I think.
Yeah, because I mean, already GTA Online is just not accessible to a new player. I don't feel. I mean, there's just so much stuff to do and so much stuff to buy.
Yeah,
It is if you buy the Criminal Enterprise starter pack for the low price of whatever it is, $30.
Yeah, and you get like a Banshee and some other
yeah, that you can't even sell. Well, any other final questions?
Bad video game. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on to some other bad video games. Maybe.
What?
All right.
I think I'm good.
Gaming news, but before we do that, let's open up the phone bank. So if anybody has any questions for myself, for Yan, for Nos, for RDT,
here. Okay,
for all of us,
Rockstar
for 2 of us,
Insider,
for 3 of us, for any number of us. If anybody has any questions, get into the phone bank on Discord, open to regulars, Patreon supporters, and Twitch subscribers. And you can ask your question. No write-ins. If you want to ask a question, you've got to actually be here and listen and talk. Is the answer? Is the thing I was talking about. So actually, I have one final question before we move on. Do you have any more information that you could divulge about the upcoming anything with GTA Online that you could, premiere on this channel, on this podcast?
Well, I'm surprised that you're just talking about GTA Online. I mean, there's Red Dead Redemption 2 that's there also coming somewhere.
Well, I mean, okay, don't let me, don't let me tie your hands together. Anything that you want.
What are the microtransactions in Red Dead Redemption 2 are going to be called? I want to know.
They're going to be Buffalo Bucks. Please tell me. Donkey dollars.
More seriously, there's just one thing that's been discussed lately, and it was that whole thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to PC. I mean, it's not a big surprise to anyone, but yes, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be coming to PC. That's 100% sure. The last time I heard about it was supposed to come out in June or July 2019, but that's a date, and I don't like dates. So
yeah, of course, for reasons we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
So, still gotta go buy that stupid potato to go play the game, I must say.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And for GTA Online, no, it's been so dry that just what I already talked about with the nightclubs update. Other than that, no, there's not much.
Okay. Well, thank you for giving us some of your
insight. Can confirm there will be cowboy hats. Can confirm the cowboy hat. Customizable cowboy hats.
So, to play it on PC, you're going to have to wait a while. I wonder why Rockstar do that. Like, it seems like
so I'll buy the video game twice?
Yeah, I guess.
Xbox One doesn't look so bad now, does it? No. Little jerk. Little ass.
What are you going to buy? What are we doing? Are you buying an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro?
A PS4 Pro? Why would I buy an Xbox?
Well, the Xbox One X is better than the PS4 Pro.
But I can play every game that's on the Xbox One on PC.
Exactly. So speaking,
that's not really a sting.
We'll talk about. We'll continue the Red Dead Redemption stuff into pre-order bonuses. Now we're talking about gaming news. What are your thoughts on this, Nos, as the big Red Dead Redemption fan?
Stuff that doesn't even come with the game. Can we talk about the box of stuff?
Yeah, it seems like there's been a bit of outcry about that. Is it founded or not?
I mean, I like physical, like, special editions, honestly, that come with physical items. It is a good incentive to buy that. But the fact that you've got $100 box and it doesn't come with the video game, and you've got to pay another $100 if you want the ultimate edition of the game. No.
Well, I understand the idea Rockstar had with it, and honestly, I think, I think it's a good idea. It's just the price, no, it's not good. But the point is that you can get the collector's box, so you have physical stuff, and then you can choose whichever edition you want. So you choose what digital content.
Is it really a choice, though? Is it really a choice? Why am I going to purposefully decide that I'm going to miss out on content. It's not really a choice.
Well, maybe someone doesn't care about the digital content, so they're just gonna get the basic edition of the game, but they want the collector's box to have the physical stuff. So I think the idea is great, but as I said, just the price, no, it's way overpriced, I think.
I can't imagine a person shelling out hundreds of dollars on one game to get all the collector's edition stuff and not wanting the best version of the game as well. Like, why would you get the basic edition of the game, but then also spend more money than what the game is worth on a box of stuff? Like, surely, I feel like it should just be one collector's edition, you get all the stuff, and you get all the stuff in the game as well, I think. I do get what you're saying, like, with the idea, like, you can have the choice. It's just, I feel like if you're already spending that kind of money, because it's the price that's the problem, you should just get everything, I think. But the whole idea that there's some in-game content locked behind is it the special edition of the game?
Yeah. And it's not just free stuff. It's not like you get the golden Schofield revolver before you can get it. I mean, there are missions in the game you will miss out on.
Yeah.
By choosing a lesser version, just like with if you there's like a bank heist mission. There's some online content, I think.
If you buy the basic edition, you're essentially getting less of a game.
Yeah, just like on Xbox 360, you got less of a game than you did on PS3 because you missed out on the Solomon's Folly gang hideout. I mean, admittedly, it was the least redeeming piece of content I've ever experienced in Red Dead Redemption. So, by just 5 dudes at a place and then you drive a wagon. But still, that's content you're missing.
That's just side activities, so it doesn't impact the actual story or anything, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess.
I
still feel like missions, actual gameplay, shouldn't be locked behind paying more for the game.
Yeah, like I'm okay with you get a $100 edition, you've got a fancy hat and a gold gun or whatever, but whenever it's missions and actual playable content, that's where I kind of draw the line.
Yeah.
Camera right now.
So, since we're on the topic of pre-order bonuses and all this kind of stuff, Call of Duty's DLC pass.
Yeah, so I don't know much about this. I'm gonna have to be educated.
So I'm gonna make sure I get this right because it's complicated, but they have the new game Call of Duty coming out, and they're gonna have DLC for it as well, and they also have a season pass. But they also have different editions of the game that you can buy. So you get the basic edition of the game, and you also get the special edition or whatever it is, like we've been talking about with Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, the DLC is locked to the season pass, so you can't buy individual parts of DLC. You either get all the DLC or none of the DLC. You have to buy the season pass to get the DLC. Okay. You think that's stupid, right? The season pass is locked to the special edition version of the game. So if you buy the base version of the game, you can either get the base version or base version plus season pass. But if you buy the base version, you can't also separately then go and buy the season pass. So they said that it may be released at some point in the future, but there's no time span on that. But basically, you either pay $60 for the basic edition of the game, or you pay whatever, $100 for the special edition of the game, which includes all the DLC. There's nothing in between. There's no extra choice. It's either all or nothing.
Why is buying a video game so complicated?
I know, right?
You know that scene in The Hangover where Zach Galifianakis has got all the equations going on in his head?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. That's an easy choice. Don't buy the game at all.
Yeah, yes. Here.
That is the right choice. Remember when season passes were just for convenience? Exactly right. Season passes used to be like, okay, instead of having to buy the game, all the DLC separately, just get the season pass for easiness. You can buy the season pass later on after the game's released, all this kind of stuff. But now it's all,
That's ridiculous.
It is. It's unbelievable
what is Call of Duty even doing these days?
It's Activision. Activision aren't getting called out on all of their nonsense, and they're just continuing to take
Activision, what are you doing?
It's unbelievable.
I remember when the season pass for Ocarina of Time came out back in '99 or whatever that came.
I remember the season pass for Gears of War 3.
Games were sold back then, they were full games and everything that you came with the purchase that you made. Oh wow, crazy! That's wild. Man.
The season pass for Gears of War 3 was a sort of, I think you essentially paid the equivalent of 3 DLCs, and you got 4. So you were always getting a discount if you got the season pass, and you could buy it at any time, regardless of what you had or didn't have or whenever it was. And it just seems like now season passes have become just a way to block off DLC for people who you just either buy it or don't. You got to buy the season pass, but to buy the season pass, you've got to pre-order the special edition of the game. Like, come on, man. What's your take, Jan, on all of this new way of gaming? You come from playing San Andreas, and when games were just one big thing, and now they're all big parts and monetization and all that kind of stuff.
It used to be so easy. Just buy the game, put the disc in, and go. You play. You have everything, and I agree. It's a bit of a mess now. It's all about money, of course. I guess some companies are not that bad yet. I guess they still have time to change.
Is this the part of the show where we jerk off CG or CD Projekt Red? Is that time? Talking about, you said good developers. I gotta mention their names.
Yeah. But like the Call of Duty example you gave, no, it's just such a mess. I did not even understand everything, but it's definitely not something I want to buy. Like, why would I go for something that's such a mess and just so many locked things? And no, makes no sense.
Yeah, fully agree.
I just can't wait for the day where you go and buy a $15 ticket to a movie, and then they're like, "All right, you want to see the ending? Pay an extra $5. Go to the theater next door." Or it's a special season pass that we're selling. You can get 3 tickets and then buy. Oh my god!
You can watch the movie, but if you get the season pass, you can watch the first 2 movies before it. Obviously, if it's a sequel, you get the first 2 movies included, but you can't watch the first movie and then skip the second movie. You got to watch all 3 in a row.
And pay for all 3.
And I'll pay for all 3, of course. And it's always with the pre-order bonuses for gaming now, where you've got like 15 different editions, and you can't get all. Like, there's not an ultimate edition that contains everything. Like, there's specific things in each edition that if you wanted everything, you'd have to buy like 5 different versions of the game. It's just, it's so frustrating. Fortnite, the game that everybody loves.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Stop.
Hell yeah. Everybody seems to love Fortnite.
No.
Nope.
No.
Fortnite
it's pretty 50-50, to be honest.
Fortnite. You know, like it?
I haven't played it, so I can't possibly say anything about it, but it seems like it's a popular game, and there's a lot of people playing it, and a lot of people may have, obviously created their accounts and they've played it on PC. Maybe they've played it on they played it on mobile or something like that, on their phones just whilst they're out, and then they played on their PS4 in the living room, and then they buy a Switch, Nintendo Switch, really up and coming console, really handy. I don't have to play it on my phone anymore. I can take my Switch with me. So you log into your Fortnite account, and it comes up with a little message saying that since you've used your Fortnite account, your Epic account on the PS4, you're not allowed to use it on the Switch.
Yeah, Sony with another console exclusive, your Fortnite account.
And they didn't tell you that beforehand, of course. Of course they wouldn't tell you that beforehand. So they're essentially holding Epic accounts hostage. So if you've played if you played Fortnite on the PS4, you're never allowed to use that Epic account to play Fortnite on the Switch or the Xbox One. And it's just so ridiculous. It infuriates me. Like,
yeah, Sony.
I know that Sony have never been good when it comes to cross-platform stuff, and you know, they don't have to be because they're the dominant console. But this isn't even a cross-platform play issue. It's an account sharing issue. It's a third-party separate Epic account. How could Sony justify locking that off behind their own systems and not telling you about it?
Well, like you said, they don't have to justify it. They can just do it.
I mean, they've got some outrage about it now, so maybe they will have to.
What are people gonna do? Sell their PS4? They've already got their money. I mean, come on.
Ruff, did you hear the follow-up to this story? That the ex-head of Sony Online Entertainment tweeted that the reason that he was always given for this kind of behavior at Sony was that it was for money.
Of
the
course.
reason was money.
We all knew that.
It's just money.
We all knew that.
But he
That's
was, the fact that he
what a
was
leak.
confirming it, but he also said, if you keep up the pressure, the problem goes away. So there will be a level of limit. If this gets big enough, it will go away, I think. So
yeah, I think like cross-platform play is starting to become a thing now, especially as we've had more game developers come out and say we have it ready to go, and we just need to wait for Sony to give us the okay to do it. But recently, I think it was only a few days ago or maybe yesterday, there was a trailer released for Minecraft cross-platform play between Xbox and Switch, and it was kind of a joint trailer. It was kind of weird to see the green and the red and playing together and all this kind of stuff, and Xbox and Microsoft and Nintendo being all lovey-dovey together. It feels like the tide is turning and cross-platform play is becoming a thing, and it should be a thing. But obviously Sony, because they're top dogs, they don't need it to be a thing. So they're always going to have that pushback, but I just hope that eventually the pressure gets so much that all games can have cross-platform across all platforms. We need that, I think, for the good of gaming. Come on. Yan, what do you think about cross-platform play?
Honestly, it's not something I have a big opinion about, I guess. I'm more of a single player guy, so it doesn't matter much for me.
Okay. What do you think about Sony?
We need to keep all these filthy peasants off of our glorious platform. And that's why I check the disallow cross-platform play in Rocket League, because I don't want to play with any low frame rate losers.
I feel like
they might have a frame drop and miss the ball, and I can't have that. So
I feel like what you're actually saying there is you don't want to play with anybody on console in case you get beaten by them and have to concede that you aren't the best. PC Master Race isn't the best. I feel like that's what the real message of that is.
Yo, Nas, I'm calling you out, boy. I'm gonna pick someone else on Xbox. We're gonna do doubles against you and whoever you play with, and we're gonna crush you.
Okay, I'll take you on.
Stream it.
I will go find like a grand champion.
I'm calling you out live on the podcast. No, it has to be someone that you play with, like in Noto.
Oh, I don't play with anybody. I'm a
play with yourself.
I'll play with you, Nos, if you want.
Hammer, you get too angry. I'm sorry.
I do get quite angry, but I'm a very passionate player. That's the word you want to use, passionate.
RJ, if you're watching this,
what were you gonna ask, Yan? Bruff, I'm sorry. We got sidetracked.
About crossplay.
I was gonna follow up with the whole Sony issue. What do you all think of that? I mean, Sony blocking off Fortnite accounts.
Fortnite. I mean, it's stupid, obviously, and
Seems pretty silly.
honestly, I didn't realize until now that it was Sony's fault. I just thought it was like an Epic thing, and I was thinking as you were saying it, like literally all you had to do was not mess up with this whole PUBG suing them thing that everyone is hating PUBG for. Like, they just had to fly straight and narrow, like, and just be good.
Yeah.
But then this thing comes up, and I guess that's Sony's fault. So
yeah, they're in the clear. Like, they tweeted out Epic and said there's nothing we can do about this.
I think Sony made a huge mistake because when this originally bubbled up, it was all about Rocket League, because Rocket League was getting cross-platform between PC and Switch and Xbox, and they went, it's just Psyonix just went, oh, it's just a case of flipping a switch to get it all working on Sony's side, but they won't let us. So Sony came back and with the reason that it was to protect their player base. Just to make sure that.
They said that again. I'm sure they said that again about the Fortnite thing.
But I mean, it's already cross-platform between PS4 and PC. So Rocket League, anyway. So
PS4 can play with PC. It can play with mobile in the case of Fortnite, but it just can't play with their competitors. But we want to protect, we want to protect our users of PSN, as if there aren't stupid people on PSN as well. Basically.
Apparently, Xbox have a lot of scary people, and also people on the Nintendo Switch. Oh my God! Don't get.
Oh no, not those Switch boys.
Yeah,
they got their Labos. The
Labo squad.
Do you have a Switch, Jan? Because I know we don't. Do you?
No.
No, it's something I want. I keep saying
don't sound so disgusted. No, I don't have a Switch.
Does anybody have any discussion to say about E3? I've got it written down as a potential talking point, but does anybody actually have anything to bring up from it? This is our first stream since E3, so.
Fallout 76
Cuphead.
Looks dumb. Oh, hey, Cuphead. Yeah, Cuphead. Good
Cuphead's
game.
getting some
I'll never
DLC.
play it because it's not for me, but it sure is beautiful.
Love it.
About you,
Fallout
Jan?
76 looks ridiculous and stupid. Death Stranding looks ridiculous, but not stupid.
UPS
somehow.
simulator. With a
UPS fetus simulator. I don't know. Just E3 was like not good.
Nah, I was totally bored by
It
all
was
of it.
not good. I mean, the only redeemable thing was Cyberpunk. That was it. That was the only.
That did look cool.
Rand, what are you talking about? Okay, listen. Don't play Fallout. Listen. Okay, I've played them all. I play every one of them. even the isometric ones. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games of all time. Fallout 76 is dumb. It's just dumb. Okay, the game, it looks dumb. Fallout 76 is the definition of everything I've never wanted in a Fallout game. If I could somehow compile every single feature that I don't think belongs in a Fallout game, I would put it in Fallout 76, and that's what it is.
If I could compile a list of every single feature that I wouldn't want in a car, having 175,000 miles on the clock would be...
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave.
175.
It was so worthwhile winding Nos up as much as possible before this podcast. It's just so much better.
Jan, did you have any thoughts about E3?
Well, I guess like they said, it was a bit boring. Xbox had the best conference, but there's not many games this year that seem interesting. Like I remember last year and the other years before, there was like so many games that I was looking forward to. But this year, no, there's not much. Like there's Just Cause 4, of course, I'm hyped for. Last of Us, pardon. Last of Us
Yeah,
Part
Last
2.
of Us looked good.
Yeah, it
Rage
was good.
looked okay.
Yeah.
And Doom. I mean, Doom's though.
Forza Horizon 4
I feel like
dynamic shape.
Oh yeah. Let's just take our supercars off road at 200 miles an hour. Oh yes.
Into the
yes.
luxurious tropical English countryside.
Yeah, it rains all the time. It's muddy, and I'm going to drive my McLaren.
No, there are seasons in the game.
It gets to rain in summer. It gets to rain in autumn. It gets to rain in the winter, and it gets to rain in the springtime. It just
I feel like all the best games that were shown at E3 just are so far in the future anyway and have no release dates associated with them that it was kind of just a flop of a conference. Like, so what? I only really get interested in E3 when there's new consoles, to be honest. Like, that's what piques my interest. Games, I mean, I can learn about games at any point when they're going to get released. I don't need a big conference for that, I feel. Anyway. Final thing, gaming news. It's not really gaming news, but it's YouTube news.
It's related.
It's related. Supposedly, and this has been a thing seemingly recently, in the recent past as well, that YouTube's been handing out sort of strikes on people's channels for uploading. We're now going live on Twitch videos.
Is out of touch with their content creators. I am, whoa. Ooh. I'm glad I'm sitting down because that would have just blown me off my feet.
So if you upload a video on YouTube saying I'm going live on Twitch with a link to your Twitch account, they will give you a strike for spam videos, which is really strange. Like, because I spoke to someone at YouTube about it maybe a month ago, obviously because it was a thing previously as well, and I wanted information about it because I do that. I don't do it a lot. I just do it on Sundays, but and she said that there should be no problem with that. There's no issue. I don't see why that would be an issue. So on my side, I've never had any issues with it. I've been doing it for years now, and I'm going to keep doing it and see what happens. But it almost seems like
it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for it.
But like, I can get what they're saying with spam videos. If you know, the majority of the videos that a channel is posting up is just, I'm going live on Twitch, and they don't remove them, they don't delete them afterwards, they just stay up there. Maybe that could be the issue, you know, maybe it's a separate case like that, and when you're just doing it 1 of 7 videos a week and it gets deleted after the 4-hour stream or something, maybe it's not an issue. But I don't know. It's YouTube being YouTube, really.
Did you see Max Gonzalez, i.e. Gassy Mexican, his response to it?
No.
He was really frustrated on Twitter. So he was, instead of putting his usual stream going live video up on YouTube, he put a video up saying that he was going to be peeling potatoes, air quotes, in his kitchen really soon. Just a, like, really sarcastic video.
Okay.
If you know what that means, if you don't, check the comments, but I'm going to be peeling potatoes in my kitchen soon.
That's pretty funny.
It was really funny.
Right. Let's forget about gaming news at this point. And we've had too much games. It's
well,
depressing.
At least there was no one letting a slur slip this week we had to talk about. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
That's
YouTube have changed up some things, though, actually. They're going to be releasing premieres, like on Twitch, where you can schedule a video to go live and it'll have a chat by next side of it and everyone can watch the video together.
That's cool.
And channel memberships, which are going to be like Twitch subscriptions, but with perks like Patreon as well. So...
On the Twitch side of things, us lowly affiliates are getting more features.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're getting sub badges for up to a year, and we get paid sooner. So, pretty good.
That's good. What's your experience with YouTube and Twitch, Jan? Do you watch streams much? Do you watch YouTube much? Have you dabbled with any of them?
Yeah, I watch streams on Twitch. I watch YouTube videos, and I don't upload though, so I don't really know about the whole copyright strikes and stuff like that. I'm not really into that. So
you don't upload on YouTube. Have you done any sort of streaming on Twitch at any point?
Yeah, I did like a few streams a few months ago. Yeah. It's fun, but then again, it's also something I don't really have time for.
Yeah,
so.
Of course. Yeah, it's difficult to manage the time. So. Last episode follow-up. Does anybody have any last episode follow-up? It was 3 weeks ago. What was it about?
It was like 20 years ago, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago.
I can't remember what it was
about.
Let
me scour scour the comments.
Oh, wasn't it the
just
gaming news
highlights.
episode?
Yeah, we had a gaming news episode. Phil has done his homework, so when you're ready.
Okie dokie. Oh, I will point out that is obviously, as everybody probably knows by now, the voice of our producer, MB Hammer. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday, MB Hammer. Thank you for producing the podcast on your birthday. That seems like a wonderful birthday present.
I'm honoured. It makes me so happy. Thank you.
Some comments not agreeing with our opinions on Battlefield 5, but
Yeah.
nothing-
I feel like,
nothing too
I
much
mean, I can't
else.
remember much about the comments from the previous episode or much about the
We
previous
have a
episode
comment
in
from
general,
5
but-
days ago that says, "Wow, this is becoming a proper show. Great job, guys and Rick. It's becoming a proper show."
I think he's
I'm
overstepping
surprised
the
I didn't
mark
get
there.
more hate for the Dale Earnhardt comment, but
You got a little bit of
That
hate
was-
for it. That's pretty brutal.
I got one. I got it more during the podcast.
Yeah, I think you
like,
did,
in the
yeah.
chat, and I was like, Psh, I don't care. But yeah, I don't know. I liked our last episode. I had fun doing it.
Yeah, and I don't mind the gaming news, talking about it in general when there's stuff to talk about.
Speaking of gaming, Bruff sounded more nervous talking about the active shooter game than when he had to explain his 10-second finish. I don't remember what that was referring to, but GTA man, good comment there.
I'm
I
assuming
don't
it
remember what that was
sexual.
referring. Oh, that was something on
Probably.
Twitter that I replied to Xerxes about something, and I mentioned 10 seconds, and obviously
Oh.
GTMN did his GTMN thing and removed the context from it completely.
Good old GTA man.
All right, so should we try to do our guesses for what was the word that we did for the
Rigged, I
episode?
think. Right.
Was it
Rigged, because Wondersmith won.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Even though her choke was nowhere near as good.
It's over.
Loopy's choke was way better. And
I think-
Wondersmith, it's just a popularity. I mean, we're going back.
How many comments were there, Hammer?
106, I think.
106.
I think Hammer has been disabled.
Did Hammer die?
Yeah. How
Sorry, apologies, I'm back.
No problem.
There were 106 comments in total, and again, shout out to Phil for doing his homework. Thank you very much, Phil.
Yeah,
Good job.
So do we have the number of comments that were rigged and not rigged?
We have a total, and we have a breakdown of the total. So
Okay. I think total would be maybe 50. I think 40 of them saying rigged, 10 of them not rigged. That's my guess.
okay.
Nos.
What?
RDT.
What are we doing? We're saying how many comments said rigged?
Yeah,
That's it?
that
I'm
was
gonna
our
say
word.
37 say rigged.
Okay.
I bet $1 higher than everyone at Bruff's. So.
Ah, you're
That's why I
playing
wanted to
this
last.
game. You're gonna go on first next time.
So
Wait, we were getting outsider's view. Jan, out of 106 comments, how many people do you think watched this show all the way to the end and will have put the right word in, which was rigged?
Oh my god.
Give us a number out of 106.
Maybe like, I don't know, gonna say 50.
50?
If,
Okay, same guess as me.
That's ambitious.
All right.
So the total. 55 mentioned rigged.
Wow. Oh, Nos won that because he just said one higher than mine.
and the breakdown, and the only person to break it down was Bruff, so he gets bonus points for that. The breakdown was 39 said rigged and 16 said not rigged.
I was only one
I
off on the
would've-
rigged.
Yes, I hope I get to play Plinko. I love
And,
Plinko.
and Phil's favourite comment was from Cyberdust, who wrote, "The counting's rigged anyway."
Like it. Like it. Do we have any community questions?
We do indeed. I will say first of all, apologies to AJ Malloy, our hosts and and guest have actually stolen his question because he was going to ask you all what your E3 highlights were.
Oh,
so
okay.
apologies, AJ.
He got his answer.
Yeah. He did get his answer.
He got his answer, but he didn't get
Norman Reedus with a baby was my
didn't
favorite.
Get, he didn't get FaceTime with the top boys, the top shiny boys.
Yeah.
So
Maybe next time. We won't be so thorough next time.
Okay, so our first question is from C. Balbuena.
Hello, caller. You're on the Choking Hazard podcast, the show where we do not prefer the term leaker. Who is your question for, and what is your question?
Oh,
he's back again.
Rip.
Hang on.
Wow.
He was like, I don't want to talk to these guys anymore.
I'm not giving you an intro again. Ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, good. Okay, so I heard about the nightclub rumors that you guys already talked about, and we know Rockstar already confirmed about new radio stations that's going to be for the rumored DLC that's going on. And what else? God damn, I forgot. What should I say?
You're
Performance
choking under
pressure.
Yeah.
So I believe.
I
from
remember. All right, I remember. So is it gonna have like the Battle of Gate 20 vibes or Vice City vibes on the rumored DLC or something like that? Like, I was gonna be like.
So I'm guessing.
What he was trying to say was, what's the overall? Yan, you'd probably be best to shed some light on this. Do you think it'll have sort of the tone of like Ballad of Gay Tony or Vice City, something like that? Is that something that you can tell at this early stage, or?
Well, I don't really know for sure, but I mean, it's a nightclubs update, so in a way or another, it's going to be similar to the Ballad of Gay Tony. I mean, it's nightclubs with dance music and probably some other fun stuff that goes with it, I would assume. So I guess, yeah, it's going to be similar, but I don't know for sure.
I'm very cynical. I don't know whether you noticed.
The nightclubs are gonna have ramps in them, and there's gonna be little go-kart races in the nightclubs.
I'm expecting that like there'll be like 2 interiors for 50 different nightclubs, and they're just like businesses like bunkers, and you buy a nightclub that looks
not even
special.
like bunkers, like the biker businesses.
Like the biker businesses.
So unredeeming that you would never go inside them other than once to see.
Yeah, and there won't be like be the special ones like Bahama Mamas and all this. It'll just be bog standard, same nightclub interior in undisclosed locations that you'd never think about, and it'll just be biker businesses just for nightclubs getting supplies.
Yeah, just be triggers outside of buildings that have been there since the game's launched.
Yeah,
they don't even look like nightclubs.
Yeah.
You'll experience such great missions as going to the cash and carry to get boxes of Budweiser because the bars run out.
Yes. But that's my cynical take on it. It'll just be copy paste stuff. But thing is, actually, Yan, you tweeted out at one point that this was a combination of 2 DLCs.
Yeah, I think they took the content of what they had planned for 2 updates and they just threw it in 1 update. So just gonna make a bigger one. I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a lot of drip feed in
God,
it too,
yeah.
So.
That's not just 2 updates in 1. That's 2 updates worth of drip feeding in 1 go.
Yeah, pretty
that's
much.
Months. Oh. Thank you, C. Balbuena, for the question.
Yeah,
they did say they've got a whole summer of content planned. A whole summer.
Yeah. We've made it. It's already in the game, but we're just not giving it to you yet.
Thankfully, we have our Lord and Savior 5M. Thank you. 5M.
All right, we do have one other question. It is from Mr. Mega Mario 64.
Hello, calling. You're on the Choking Hazard podcast, the show where we love to hate the Jester Classic. Who's the question for, and what's your question?
I'll just say amen to that. Anyway, this is only for Yan. This is a question that you guys have all answered before, but Yan, since you've been around GTA for so long now, GTA 5 anyway, what's your favorite and least favorite DLC to come out of the game?
Ooh, good question. Why do we never ask that question to our guests?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Because we're not professional.
I'm gonna start with the one I like the least, I guess, and it's probably gonna be gun running.
Yes, that was a very popular opinion when we did the top 5 best and worst DLCs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the content. The idea, I think, was good, but I don't know. It's kind of where the game changed a bit, I guess. That's what I did not like. My favorite DLC.
The Ice DLC.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you see it from a league perspective, yeah. But for content, and I don't know. Ice, yeah, sure, it was good, but I think I would go with the hipster update. Actually, I know some people say it was a boring one, but I don't know. It was simple, but at the same time it was fun. And back then, well, the updates were
almost all the cars were redeeming, and which is
it was nice,
special.
Yeah, that was a one that didn't feature on my radar when we did that top 5 best and worst episode, but then it was highly rated, and yeah, I can see why. It's where GTA, I feel like, did it best. They kept things simple.
The update's from a different time.
Yeah, and they targeted it to a specific group of people who would really, really like that kind of, if you like it, you're going to really like the cars, you're going to like the content, but they're not overdoing it to appeal to everybody. So, yeah, a different time. I agree. Good question, Mr. Mega Mario. I wish we were professional enough to ask our guests that kind of question.
Yes.
Just made us feel bad about ourselves now.
Hey, I tried.
Fair enough. So, RDT.
Yeah.
This is your time.
Okay. All right. Let's. Oh, hold on. Wait. Sorry. I'll be right back.
We have a segment every single week. RDT's Apple Juice Minute. We've been doing it for 32 episodes now.
That's impressive that he's found 32 different.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, wasn't one of them water?
I can tell you don't drink a lot, Nos. There are way more than 32 different beers.
Well, I understand that there are a lot of beers, but like, at some point you run out of jokes to no.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Who's this?
This thing? Let me see. Hold on. Hello?
Yes, I know where this is going. And I'm already...
Is anybody there?
I'm here. How you doing, partner?
Is anybody there? Oh, hey. I just walked in here and this thing was on. Looks like that little nerd sissy boy video game character just ran out of here, crying with his tail between his legs. You all know who I am, and you know why I'm here. In 2 weeks' time, we are going to be celebrating the greatest ever holiday in the history of the entire world, and that is our July 4th Independence Day.
Woo!
Now, since we only have this podcast every 2 months, I had to come in a little bit early. All right, the next one's not going to be until after the holiday, and I'm going to be blacked out for the next 2 weeks anyway, so it don't even matter. Now, I already started celebrating because every day is a great day when you're free and American, and that's why I decided to pick me up a little something special. I call it my freedom serum, all right? Now, what I got here in my hands, I'll show you in a second. Now, we've shown some products from this family before, but this is a very special one. This is a little behind the scenes, little backyard looking kind of thing, okay? This wasn't just brewed in the Liberty Bell. This was brewed by George Washington, okay? He spit in the bucket that turned into this delicious liquid, okay? Now, that's a fancy bottle too. Look at that. We're talking about Budweiser Freedom Reserve Red Lager. You got the red from the red-blooded Americans that power this great nation. You got the white foam that just, it's like the clouds that are over and they cascade over the wonderful mountains and all the free people, okay? And inside you got this delicious liquid that is only to be tasted by the freezing people, not by you communists over in England, okay? On July 4th, 1776, we said, we don't want to drink no more tea, all right? We're done with tea. We're done with crumpets. I don't want to say pip, pip, cheerio no more. I'm going to load up my musket, put a bunch of Budweiser, and put it right in my mouth, okay? Now, if you don't love America, get the hell out of this goddamn podcast, all right? Because we gonna be drinking a couple of these tonight for the next couple of weeks, boy.
Everyone say goodbye to Ulysses. Goodbye, Ulysses.
Goodbye, Ulysses. Always nice to see you. I had thought for a moment that we had been joined by the ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage, but it turned out just to be Ulysses.
They're very similar. I think Ulysses
Yep.
Northcutt is related to Macho Man Randy Savage.
What the hell?
Is that right?
What was that?
I don't know
Yep.
how that guy keeps
Yep.
getting in here.
You're back.
Yeah, dude, he just like shows up, kicks down the door, and just I don't know how he keeps getting in here.
He always times it for your Apple Juice Minute as well. It's crazy. Like, he just
And
takes
he always
over.
leaves. He always leaves the rest of it, which is very nice for him. It's really weird, but thanks.
Oh, good stuff.
I feel freer already. And it's not even July yet.
Jan's just thinking, what on earth have I
He's like, what the
got
hell is
myself
that?
into?
I feel like moving to the United States. That's what Jan's thinking.
Oh, no, definitely not.
There you go. I didn't think so. When I went and left, he left too.
Well, okay, I'm sorry that our leader isn't as pretty as yours, okay, up there in
Justin
Canada.
Trudeau, he's got nice tight buttocks. That wonderful
Handsome
jawline.
man. Handsome man. Not as
He's,
handsome as
yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo, but handsome man.
Oh no,
nonetheless.
not close.
All right. Choke of the week. We need to round off this
Ooh.
podcast with the choke of the week. So, as always, we got 3 chokes. We're going to show them. Nos is going to explain what they are for our listeners. If you want to watch them, actually go and watch the YouTube video. We'll be at the 1 hour 30 mark or something.
Nos is also not going to mention whose chokes they are.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing this time as well. So it can't be rigged anymore, of course. Right. Forgot about that. All right. Let's just get the screen up. Right, and I'll start it now.
Alright, so we're in the Pariah. We're on that road by Simeon's dealership. We're coming around. We're doing the curb boost. We're getting the sidewalk. And bam, we got to bump off the
man.
light post there. And now he is vertical, parallel with the wall of a building, flailing in place. And has lost
No.
2 positions at the very
He lost.
last turn.
Wait, wasn't he in the lead? He
That's
wasn't in
what,
the
2
lead.
positions there.
I think he was in
Really?
3rd.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
we're in the Comet SR. We're on a stunt track. There's a tube. We're over the water. We've got an Elegy in front of us. It looks like an Elegy Retro. And we're coming around the final turn here. He's in 2nd, first place right in front of him. Has contact with first position and pushes him into the finish line. Putting him in 2nd position.
That was pretty special.
And now we've got the OG. We've got GTA San Andreas. He's in the Bullet. Excellent car. In San Andreas.
First place.
He's in 1st, yeah. And, oh, he's
Taking
went
it a little
off.
hot.
Oh,
Taking
he's
it a little
went
hot.
off. Jumped down a cliff into some rocks here. That's rough, but maybe he can recover it. He's in 1st position. He's in 1st position by a bit. Maybe he can recover it.
Sliding.
Let's get back
Okay.
up the mountain.
He's
Here we
good.
go. We're going
good.
back up the mountain. We built up some speed. Now we're airborne off the top of the mountain. We're upside down again. There goes
No.
1st place past him. He's just sliding on his roof uncontrollably, and into the river he goes.
Oh my
Down
god.
into 6th and done. So a GTA San Andreas clip there.
That
Oh,
was
man.
not good. That was not well done at all.
I wonder what
Everything went wrong there.
I wonder what system that guy's playing San Andreas on. If he's on PC, I beg of you, please go downgrade your version of the game. Oh my goodness.
He's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it didn't look good. I seem to.
Yeah,
when I watched it, I
this-
thought San Andreas surely didn't look that bad.
Yeah, this mobile abomination is awful. If you want the best San Andreas experience that is like true to what it looked like, not like trying to mod it like ridiculously graphically, you downgrade it to version 1.0. You get the widescreen fix, and you download the mod that adds in all the PS2 visual effects. And it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
It's on Xbox.
As B Turks has said in chat, it is a tough one. They are all very good this week, and
They
had
are
a
very
really,
good, yes.
really hard time narrowing them down to 3 because we had so many good submissions this week. So feel free to resubmit them if you didn't get through this week.
Yeah, if yours wasn't in the final 3, resubmit because we could probably put some of the ones that were left out in next week's as well because there were so many good ones.
Next year's, yeah.
If you're in the chat, get on the straw poll, get voting, vote for your favorite.
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. We had number 1, which was the final corner on 8-figure bonus. That was the track, wasn't it?
Possibly.
Crashing into the pole, going for the curb boost. Second one, crashing the guy out in first and driving him into the finish line and winning him the race by doing that. And then choke 3, the San Andreas physics in a nutshell, as the title of the video is. So it's a difficult one. Is it looking close on the votes?
I've got mine.
Could we have a deciding say?
No.
No? Oh, it's very. Is it very? Okay.
It's
very one-sided.
First, and then it's close between second and third.
All right. Okay.
That's it.
Well, let's see what you guys think then. RDT, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm voting. I'm going to use my vote, my one vote, to vote for the San Andreas one.
Yes.
He had a lot of chances to correct that, and that's a legitimate choke.
He didn't just make another choke. He completely ruined the race for himself.
Yeah, he just did everything wrong.
How about you, Jan? What was your favorite of the 3?
I went with the second one because it's just so ironic the way he tried to pass the other guy, but he just pushed him and basically helped him in a way.
Yeah,
the second clip is really good.
I will also go for the San Andreas choke. I think that was my favorite.
Really, it's kind of a secret. If you do something that's not GTA race, like GTA Online racing, you've already kind of got an advantage, I feel. And
maybe. Well, I just thought that one was it was a choke, and then he almost saved it, and then it turned into a bigger choke. That's what made it so good.
Yeah, it was good. But
okay, Hammer, give us the results.
Also, quickly, it's also a choke that he was playing this version of San Andreas as well.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's also a choke.
Yeah.
Well, that mobile port.
I'm pretty sure it's because it's backwards compatible on Xbox.
And it's that mobile
of an emulated,
Yeah.
No.
So.
Well, the problem was, never mind. I'll educate you on this after, RDT.
Yes. Anyway, so in third place was Jan and myself's choice. Just got to nail the pass and pushes him across the line. That was in third place. And our winner of Choke of the Week... Sorry. Just to reiterate, third place was by Joel1322.
Okay. Oh, Joe.
Choke of the Week this week is choke number 3, the San Andreas Physics.
Yeah.
And that was Faruja who was driving.
Faruja.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Absolutely
Doing it
horrible.
old school.
So,
And our second choke was by Timmy DeRidder. No, first choke, sorry. First choke.
Yeah.
But second place. First. Okay.
Faruja sucking on a completely different generation. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whole new
congratulations.
generation of being terrible.
Yeah,
So
you are terrible
congratulations.
on many different games, many different platforms, many different generations of game. You just suck. Well done.
Yeah. Good job.
All right. So that'll about wrap it up for us. Jan, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for taking the risk that you would get a call to do secret agent stuff. I'm glad you didn't get a call because we got some really good insights and conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. You're welcome back anytime. Anytime that you have any leaks and you want to give us a heads up beforehand. Yeah, debut them on the Choking Hazard podcast.
We can give you your own segment.
yeah. Oh, we can't say leaks though. But that's going to be the word of for the comments. If you made it all the way to the end, the word on the YouTube video comments, should it be leaks or leaker? Because
just leaks.
Leaks. Okay.
If it's leeks, they might get confused with the vegetable.
Leek soup.
But that's spelled differently.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, man.
Leaks.
I've got to run. I've got a birthday stream to start. So see you guys later.
Okay, go enjoy your birthday,
Hammer, by the way. Everybody say
Hammer's birthday?
Yeah.
He's gone, but it's his birthday. And
I didn't actually know
made
that.
another trip around the sun.
Informed me, and I would have not been a jerk.
What do you mean you never knew it? I said it during the podcast.
What?
Where were you?
Where was I?
I don't remember you saying that.
What? I thought there was a very there was a lack of response from both of you. No, neither when I said happy birthday, everybody said it in the chat, and you two just didn't say a word. And I was thinking, okay, I guess they're not. I guess maybe they said it earlier or something. Wow!
I saw someone put it in chat.
I just
like,
tuned out happy birthday because I'm with you, bro. I mean, you gotta really drive home that it's someone's birthday.
Jeez.
I just expect it to be a joke.
I feel like I think it was when you guys were looking up the comments on the previous video, the previous podcast. I think that's what it was, and you just.
Oh wow!
Sorry, Jan, that your taste of this podcast was with these unprofessional.
We're gonna have to raid Hammer now. To make up
of course.
this.
But thank you, Jan, for joining us on the podcast.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
It's
Everybody go follow him. All the links will be in the description, and you can get the first-hand account of any leaks by someone who isn't a leaker, because we don't like to use that word.
Saying leaks. Leaky pipes.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Right, that will be it. Do you want to say goodbye, guys?
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. I'll see you on Random Bits soon.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Random Bits. Nos goes crazy about his terribly overpriced Mazda.
Nas terrible taste in the
show. Alright, guys, thank you everybody for watching. See you all later. Bye bye.
See you later.